In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things I've learned after almost 11 years as a digital entrepreneur. So if you're watching this video, you are probably going through some tough times or curious about what the future may hold for you. And I'm going to share my experience and my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Number one, the tools change, but the fundamentals do not. So you have to step back and think about my business for a second. If you don't know, my business is called Intentionally Inspirational. My name's Jason Wright, by the way. And we are a digital marketing company that helps our clients fix their offer and fill their calendars with qualified leads. So we target high ticket service providers and home service companies. So quite naturally, based on what I do, I am exposed to and testing and playing around with all the coolest things with AI and marketing automation and CRMs and ads and all that stuff, right? So the only constant with all that is change. But if I think back to 2016, when I started this company, fundamentals haven't changed, right? You're still putting yourself out there. So there's different ways to attract clients, right? You can put yourself out there with content and bring people into your world, kind of like what you're doing here now. Get them to know, like, and trust you, and get them into your email list. Or you can do cold outreach, which could be cold calling, cold emails, cold DMs, etc. Like, the point is, none of this stuff's changed. Some of the tools are different, the stuff hasn't changed. So I think that's important to hear and remember, because you will go through ups and downs in business. And when things go really well for years, sometimes you can forget what those rough but necessary downtimes feel like, okay? Number two, and this is not my saying, but it echoes in my mind a lot, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. Revenue solves all problems in business. What does that mean? Well, if you have more money to play with, you can fix your problems. For example, if you are not making enough money today in your business and you make 10x what you make this month, next month, that gives you options you don't have now. So my wife and I were talking about this yesterday, right? Money doesn't buy happiness, but it certainly gives you a whole lot more options. So with more revenue, in this example, 10x, you can hire people, you can invest in new software, you can invest in marketing, you can maybe pay off bad business debt, whatever. So when the business isn't where you want it, generating more revenue gives you more options, okay? That has rang in my head hundreds of times over the last 10 years. This is going to be very polarizing either way. That's a little dramatic, but partnerships aren't for me, okay? You have to know your personality, and you have to know what's true to you to know if partnerships are going to work for you. So I'll tell you about me. I'm a nice guy. Would I screw over anybody ever to make a cent? No. Am I going to let people take advantage of me and beat me up, literally or figuratively or literally? Hell no. Okay. So I don't play nice with others from a creative freedom standpoint or a work ethic standpoint. What does that mean? So I've tried these partnerships, these joint venture things many times, and generally what it really is somebody wants my skill set, and then they don't really have anything to give me. They say they do, but they don't ever do anything. So I end up getting screwed. Well, we're not doing that anymore, right? So I'm not a good partner. I like to be in control. And it's not in control of others. It's in control of myself and, like I said, my creative freedom. So if I'm doing this for a while and I want to do this, I don't want to run it by anybody. I want to be able to do it. That's essential to my happiness. Throughout this journey, I've learned, I started being an entrepreneur because I wanted time freedom. I didn't want to go to meetings. I didn't want to start my day too early because I stay up really late. And I accomplished all that. But the most important thing for me that I never would have guessed is creative freedom. Making new offers, saying, you know what? We're not going to do this for clients anymore. We're done. That kind of stuff, I love it. Now, am I a control freak over my ability to do that? Absolutely. Am I a control freak over other people? No. I have no interest. Zero interest in that at all. So I don't know anybody. I can think of maybe one or two partnerships for other people that seem to be going okay, but I know dozens and dozens of people who've tried the partner thing and it doesn't work. The other thing I mentioned is work ethic. In a partnership, I work very hard and I work very consistently. Anybody that I've ever tried to do a joint venture with, I'm like, why am I doing everything? Right? It never feels equal and it probably never will to me. So it's just a terrible idea for me. So again, my experience, my opinion, maybe it has no validity, but wanted to share that anyway. Hey, you clicked on the video, right? Number 4, marketing. It hasn't changed and it never will. So let's revisit what marketing actually is. Grabbing and holding attention, building and maintaining relationships. That's it. Doesn't matter if it's you doing it, somebody on your team, an AI agent. It's all the same thing, right? It's never going to change. The medium has changed. 50 years ago, it was newspaper, radio, and TV, and now we've got YouTube, where you're probably seeing this video and other social channels as well. And that's all good and dandy, but the core reason, the core goal has not changed. I don't think it ever will. The final thing, number 5, the 5th big lesson I've learned: never tell anybody who's an entrepreneur everything you're working on. Am I telling you not to trust people in business? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I have another video on this channel called Nice Guys Finish Last or something to that effect. And it's not wrong, right? There is a hard truth to the business world that many people, even people you trust and like and started with or family or whatever, will take shortcuts to get ahead financially. It's just the truth. I can't tell you how many times I've given people ideas and they've ran off and done them themselves and called it their own. And you can't stop that. So where I'm at, I'm just not telling any one person everything I'm working on. I tell my wife, but does she listen or retain it? I have no idea. What do you think? Anyways, love to hear your feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, in the comments. If this is your first time here at the channel, again, my name is Jason Wright. On this channel, we talk about cigars, a whole bunch, because that's something I like. We talk about smoking meats. Sometimes you'll see some fishing or maybe some shooting or some hunting videos. And we talk an itty bitty bit about business, AI, and lead generation as well. Appreciate you coming by. If you like this, give it a like, subscribe, check out more videos, and come back once in a while, see what we're doing. Thanks for watching. See you soon.